Welcome in, Dorothy Fahn.
Hello, everyone.
Nice mug.
Thank you. Yes, this is from you. It's got a bunch of my characters on it. Woohoo!
Yeah,
I love this mug.
fun fact about that mug. I normally had a friend help me design mugs in the past, pick out pictures. I did that one all by myself.
Fantastic. I love it. You did a great job.
Thank you.
It's very beautiful,
Oh
everyone.
yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'll start with who's your favorite character that you voiced?
Ever?
Yeah,
Wow.
or
Okay.
pick five.
I mean, that is such a tough question. One of them is a character that I'm not supposed to mention today. So we know who that is. I won't say it.
Gotcha.
Uh, I guess another one is Meryl from Trigun, of course. And let's see, that's one, that's two. Mercedes from Fire Emblem Three Houses, love her. Chihiro from Danganronpa, Trigger Havoc, and Kaoru, of course, from Rurouni Kenshin.
Yep.
These are some of my faves that I think of like off the bat.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Ronin Kenshin fan, so and,
Awesome.
and I'm a huge Trigun fanatic too.
Excellent. I wish there was more Trigun. I was like, I so fell in love with that part. I wish that we had like 3 or 4 seasons of it, you know? That would have
Yeah,
been ideal.
I wanted her to get with Vash, so
Well, that I don't know if that was gonna happen. I mean, eventually it could have, but I just saw them as being kind of simpatico and, good platonic, let's not go there relationship, you know.
in the manga they get a little closer, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've read
Ah,
the manga.
yeah. I don't I haven't read the manga, so I don't know.
I've actually been hearing rumors that they're going to reboot Trigun and they're gonna make it closer to the manga. So
Wow. Well, I mean, that would be great. And of course, I would love to, do it again, but you never know with these things. The whole
hmm
thing could be recast. I don't know.
yeah, it's kind of like with the Final Fantasy VII cast when they recasted all their voices. Like they recasted Bo Billingsley and uh Steve Burton and George Newbern. I was like, why? Their voices were perfect.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that stuff happens a lot, for whatever reason. I mean, I was in that in the remake, just, little bits here and there. But I don't know. I mean, it's happened to me too. What did I do? Cyborg 009, I think. We did the entire whatever there was to record at the time. And then when they like rebooted it, I didn't get my same part back. They cast me as a different part. So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
I, I think that happened with the Fate series too, like Fate Zero and stuff. They recasted all the actors.
I mean, you get used to it. The first time it happens, you're like, whoa, what? What is this? That is my part. But then if you look around you, it's happened to just about everybody at some point. So I don't know.
Yeah,
You get used to it.
yeah. If you've seen when I did my video yesterday, I did it on the Streamline Pictures, which very very old dubbing company from the
I
80s.
did take a look at that. And yeah, that was about like redoing stuff, re-recording stuff that's already been done. And I mean, Rurouni Kenshin even was like a redone version of Samurai X, I believe. There was already an English dub of that, and then we came in and redid it and did like 100,000 episodes. So
I think there was 190 episodes. I don't know if I got that right.
there was a lot.
I remember that which I didn't do it when I was making his mug. Derek Stephen Prince. I don't know if you know him
Mhm.
or not.
Oh God, yes, I know him.
Uh,
Absolutely.
love that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, would you put I can't remember his name. He carries the giant sword with him. Can't remember the character's name. Lex
I
plays
don't.
him. Lex plays him in Rurouni Kenshin, Lex Lang. But
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't
I
know.
can't I can't remember his name to be honest.
Yeah.
Derek Stephen Press was like, "Well, I played him in Samurai X. Would you put him on the mug?" I said,
Wow.
I said, if I do that, I said, people are going to say I thought Lex plays him. And he's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
good point. Don't do that.
I will tell you this right off the bat. I am the worst person for names. I can't remember names in life, let alone characters in 800,000 shows that I've done. I don't know. I forget. You know more than I at this point.
I actually have one of those memories where I can remember lines from movies that I've only watched maybe once.
Wow, that's great. It takes me like 2, 3 times to actually remember lines from movies.
When I was doing my interview with Bruce Glover, he was telling me that you should just be an actor too. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I mean, well, yeah, it's funny you say that because before I got into voice acting, I was a stage actress. And you have to memorize a lot. You have to memorize lines, you have to memorize songs, you have to memorize blocking. It's a whole, you gotta be completely there. Not that you don't have to be completely there in anime, but the lines are right in front of you. You don't have to memorize them. You know what I mean? So it's like see line, act line, instead of memorizing 2.5 hours worth of stuff and having to just go. Kind of fun.
Do you have any lines from Merle that's your favorite?
No, I really don't.
You probably don't
Like I
remember
said,
too
I have
many.
I have like a minuscule memory. It's like this pea-sized memory.
I've got a few that I like, just mainly when she
Okay.
yells.
Oh yeah, of course.
Uh,
And I do like yelling in certain shows. Um, Famously in Love Hina, I think I yelled Keitaro, you know, in every single episode at least 5 times. And Yahiko in Rurouni Kenshin, I probably yelled that at least once or twice in every episode.
oh yeah, I think
Yahiko!
yeah, yeah, when he shows up and those two are always fighting like brother and sister. That's always great. They had good chemistry.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah. Right. Steve Prince. I call him Steve Prince because that's how I knew him. Now he's Derek Stephen Prince. When we did Love Hina together, it was every single day I would yell at him, Keitaro, and I'd punch him. And he's such a sweet guy. It's like, I would never actually punch you in real life, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He
Oh
is a good
yeah,
one.
I've had a lot of good experiences with him. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He
I
I was at one convention where he was at too, and it's just he's got so much stuff going on, and he's got a great memory. He remembers everything about everything. And I'm like, I could never do a panel with you, Steve, because I'd just be sitting there going, what was that? You'd be going, don't you know? So I'd look like the idiot that I am.
me, I can remember lines and everything in detail, and then when I get to it, like get on stage, it's like, what am I doing again?
I
I
actually
get
had
pretty.
the actor's nightmare one time. Literally, I had a nightmare where I was on stage and I'm thinking, what show is this? What am I even in? And people are acting and I'm like saying things that I think are maybe right. And I'm just like, I gotta get off the stage, like now.
So what was it like working in Digimon?
Digimon was so much fun. It was probably one of the most fun shows to work on. Um, because first of all, we ended up seeing a lot more of each other than you normally do in anime. I was in it. My husband Tom played Agumon,
Hmm.
so that was fun right off the bat. And Lilymon was very fun. It was fun to play a cute little character because I don't do a lot of those. Um, and Ty's mom was, of course, the worst cook in the history of mankind. And that was hilariously fun. But the people that we worked with, like Jeff Nimoy directed a lot, and he's hysterical. Bob Buchholz did for a while, and oh my gosh, he is just the best guy ever. I've worked with him. He's been directing a lot of stuff since then, even that I've worked on up to like this last year. Um, I don't I don't know if Jeff directs as much, but he's done a lot of directing and adapting. anytime I've worked with him, it's just a joy. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn
Hmm.
also was a director, and she is so great to work with. All these people, it was like a big love fest working on Digimon. And we always ended up coming out of the booth laughing and just had the greatest time.
Would you do it again if they maybe did an uncut dub?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Which I was having a conversation with Steve about it, and he says the only thing we couldn't do is get Robert back, and he's like one of the hearts of the show as Wizardmon.
Oh my God. Yeah. This oh, here's another thing. Yeah. I also played trying to remember this, right? Me and we went through all the different iterations of Digimon. I think there was one Digimon, God, Data Squad, I don't remember, in which Tom wasn't Agumon. Somehow somebody else was playing Agumon in that one iteration. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. And then I think they brought Tom back. But we got to play a bunch of other characters besides our, our main ones, like Lily Mom and Ty's mom. Those were my ones. And Tom, of course, was Agumon. But they would also throw us other stuff. Like I played Harpymon and Sunflowmon and Rosemon and all these other characters. And Tom and I got to play Babamon and Jujimon together in one episode, this squabbling little couple with these brooms, and they would hit each other and say, I love you so much. It was that one was directed by Mary Elizabeth, and she said, okay, I got you guys in here because I want you to do Billy Crystal and Carol Kane from Princess Bride. And we look at the script and we're like, oh my God, this is hilarious. It's a hilarious episode. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what any of the episodes are called, but it's Babamon and Jijimon.
I got a confession. I haven't watched Digimon since the 02 series, so I'm very like, and I recently got back into it when I was watching it on TV, watching a review of it. Somebody named Azu Otaku was doing a review of it, and then she goes by he now. My
Okay.
mistake.
Yeah.
Uh, he was doing a review on it and talking about the Japanese version, and then he said he wanted to do an uncut dub, and said that they think that if they left the Japanese music and everything in, like it would make a lot of things profit. So that's why I ask everyone, like, would you come back for it? It's like, yeah.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, because for me, I don't know what they're doing with it as a whole, but for me, I just want to connect back with my characters again because that's so much fun. It was fun coming back to do the Adventure Try movies. I think I was only in a couple of them, but it was great. I love Digimon.
It was probably
Digimon, Digimon monsters, Digimon or the champions.
it was it was actually probably my very first anime. Like,
Really?
which technically I started it with Sailor Moon, but I don't remember too much about it.
Okay, yeah.
And I really like Sailor Moon. So yeah, I'm a boy. I like Sailor Moon. I didn't want to tell kids at school that I watched Sailor Moon though, because you know.
Well, yeah, I understand.
But I think it was like the first anime that had me hooked and invested from the start. And I
Cool.
can remember the very first episode I watched. It was when Myotis Mon was when they were fighting him in the city in the real world, and that was like
Mhm.
the very first episode I watched.
Cool. Cool. Oh, yeah, and Jeff was also in it, of course. He directed and he was also a voice actor. Um,
He
yeah,
was the bug.
it was very fun. Yeah. Um, Also, the great thing that also made it fun is that they were able to take liberties with the script. They could punch up things and change things to make it funnier or whatever that they thought, and that was great. A lot of shows don't allow that. They want you to, you get a script, you get it translated, localized, and that's the way to go with it. You can't really change the tone of the line or whatever. But they had that freedom with Digimon, and sometimes it was just hilarious.
Oh, I would love to actually revisit it again. It all just came out on DVD. I'm thinking about buying it again.
Oh, mhm.
I'm one of those physical media nuts. If you've seen my Twitter, you've probably seen my shelf is 6 foot tall, and this goes all the way down. And I sold some stuff lately, and it still
Yeah.
hasn't dented that shelf.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. With us, it's DVDs and CDs. We've got hundreds of those. Unbelievable.
You'll laugh. I have laser discs, so
Get out. Oh my God. Wow. Hey,
uh,
rock
I,
on.
w- I was actually talking to Les yesterday. I was like, "Do you have anything on Laserdisc you want on DVD that you haven't got on DVD? Let me know."
Wow.
He's like-
Okay,
And he's
cool.
and he's like, "I got a
Laserdisc.
laser." He's like, "I got a Laserdisc player." I'm like, "Do you have a beta tape?" He goes, "Yeah." No, he said no. I'm like, "I do." He goes, "You know what beta is?"
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, this was years before VHS came out. They were smaller versions of VHS tapes, and they were like it's kind of like a hamburger, and then there's the White Castle burger, something like that to compare.
They were like an 8-track size or something?
Yeah, and they came, and the way that the machine opens, it pops up, and then you put the little tape in, and then it pops down. It's but
Classic.
they're very
Classic.
noisy, and they didn't work.
Oh, well, that's why they're not around anymore, right?
Hmm. Uh, do you have a favorite anime movie that you did?
Um, wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I've done a lot of those, and they're all really fun. I did Pororo in it's not, I guess it's not truly anime because it's from Korea, but it's kind of anime. Um, Pororo's Racing Adventure and Pororo to the Cookie Castle. I was different characters in that one, but those were really fun. They were like, for young kids mostly, but and Richard Cancino was also in Pororo to the Cookie Castle with me, and that was hilarious. Love him. Um, but I will say this, the very first anime movie I did was called Catnapped. It was way back at Magnitude 8. Kevin Seymour was the director, God bless him. And it was the first time I played a boy role in anything. I had never done it before. He cast me as the lead cat, who was a boy. And I'm like, Kevin, are you nuts? I don't play boys. I don't know how to play a boy. At that point, it was like Brie Ambrosi and Debbie Derryberry and a couple other people. They did the boy voices. And he's like, you know what? I think you can do this. I'll help you. So that was my first boy role, lead role. I was the cat in Catnapped, the lead cat. So that's the one that sticks out most in my mind. I still don't think I, did a terrifically great job at doing the boy voice, but he likes it enough to like not recast me. So that's a big deal. Because after that, I got a lot more boy roles, throughout the years and felt more confident. And, it's great. Add a little something extra that you can do.
Did you ever direct any pieces?
No,
No.
no, no. I know a lot of people go from voice acting to directing and they tend to do both. And in a way, I think that would be fun, but I, I, I can't commit to that. That is a huge, huge commitment. I got so much stuff. I mean, everyone has a busy life. I have a busy life, and I don't feel like adding more busyness to it. Some people are great at that. They can do that. They can handle all that stuff. I can't. I I can be a voice actor and a mom and a wife. That's about it. Any more than that, I'm going to start losing my mind. So forget it. But I will say this, I would direct a stage play at some point, maybe down the road when the pandemic is over and theater starts happening again. Because I majored in theater. I got my degree in theater in college. And I did really like the directing class that I took. I never actually got to direct, but every time I go see a show, I'm like, why did they make that choice? Why did they cross there? That has nothing to do with their motivation. I mean, I think I would be good at directing theater. Anime, not so much.
Well, you never know unless you try.
True. Maybe
I,
someday.
I didn't think I would be very good at doing reviews, but apparently my channel's getting popular. So
Yay, excellent. Go, Tim.
yeah, Mr. Tim.
Mr. Tim to you, young lady.
Well, I actually came up with the name because of my interview with Bruce Glover. He says,
Oh, yeah.
what's your favorite character that I played? I was talking, the interview went on for over an hour,
Okay.
and I said, probably Mr. Wentz from Diamonds Are Forever. And he says, this is after the interview. He was like, why don't you name yourself after one of my characters? I'm like, Mr. Tim.
Okay. That's good.
Like, I'm going for it.
Yeah, man. Why not? Give yourself a good name. Pick a good one.
Just Mr. Uh, um, and I'm so glad to see you using that mug because
Oh, yeah.
a
No, it's
lot of the other
fantastic.
a lot of the other people that I interviewed that I've made mugs for, they won't use it because they're scared of fading it. And I'm like,
Oh, come
I could
on.
make you another if it fades or
Please.
breaks.
Well, no, I mean, they're made to be used, so it's not going to hurt it. I have coffee in it. I'm having tea right now. It's great. I love it.
What is your which do you prefer more, Rurouni Kenshin or Trigon?
God, that's so hard. Okay. I loved Rurouni Kenshin. I loved everyone in it. I loved working on it. I loved that it went on forever because that's, job security now for a while. But I liked Meryl, I think, better than Kaoru. For some reason, the way that she was written, just the character herself, I fell into so easily. It felt like she was almost a part of me. Playing her was so much fun, and it was so just, I don't want to say easy. It was easy only because it felt like it was just coming to me. I didn't have to find the character or figure out how do I play this line. I just felt like I knew it for Meryl. So yeah, I have to go with that one. Let's try again.
I can't blame you on that one. Meryl's awesome. That
Thank
was
you.
that was actually one of my first anime crushes when I was a teenager. So
Wow, there you go. Hey,
there you go. That worked.
she was a strong character.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't mess with her either because I wouldn't mess with her or Millie because Millie carries
Yeah,
that giant machine gun.
yeah. And Meryl opens that cape and whoa, back up.
Little fun fact about Trigun for me, that was probably the anime that got me to start liking villains more than I liked the main characters.
Hmm.
Because when I first watched it, I was so attached to Wolfwood, and
Hmm.
I was like, he's so cool, he's so great, it's gonna be great. And then when he died, that emotionally destroyed me. I was like, oh, the good guy died. That's not fair.
Oh my God.
So
Did you happen to see Jeff's movie, Famish?
no, I
In which
haven't.
he Oh, okay, it's definitely worth watching. It's very fun, and it's very touching at the end also, but it takes place at an anime convention, and at one point in the movie he cosplays as Wolfwood, and to see that, it's like you got to watch it. You got to see it. I think you would love it.
I'll probably
Plug
give
for
it.
Famish.
I'll probably give it a whirl. I'm pretty good friends with Brian Donovan, and I did watch the movie about his sister, and I
Okay.
thought it was wonderfully done. So
Brian Donovan is excellent in Famish. He is so great. And the gal, Nikki, what her name? Nikki Haley, I think. Okay. She's also great. They're everyone in it is wonderful. And Lex is in it too. He has a smaller part, but oh my God, yes.
it's funny because most of the people you're mentioning, it's like I've done editing for them.
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. Wolfwood. That's where I got on the Famish thing. Okay.
Yeah, but like I was saying, when that scene happened, my little I think I was 13 or maybe 12 when I watched it, and my
Mhm.
little 12 or 13-year-old mind was, the heroes aren't supposed to die.
Yeah, oh my God.
And then I think I subconsciously started attaching myself to the villains because I knew their fate. I knew what was going to happen to the villains.
Ah,
It's, pro- it's probably why like my favorite Richard Cancino role is Legato from Trigun.
Nice. Mhm.
And he was so surprised when I said, "Will you sign my Trigun case?" He's like, "Why?"
That's funny. Why did you already sign that? Okay.
I, I've never had a bad experience with a voice actor, really at all. I just love talking to them and listening about their work and their passion. It just, it's really nice to hear.
Far out. Yeah. It's it's a pretty good career.
Um, have you ever had a role that maybe stressed out your voice?
Oh God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Um, okay, I'll give you a couple of examples. Three examples. I play, like I mentioned in Digimon, they give us different parts.
Hmm.
I played Harpymon. I've mentioned this before to people. Harpymon had no words. It was like a giant like bird thing. Oh, let me see if I can do it. Oh God. Mm. Ha! Yeah! Yeah! That
Great.
was Harpymon. I did Harpymon for 2 hours. Most sessions are like 2 hours in anime. In games, you usually go for 4. 2 hours straight of Harpymon, and I lost my voice for a week.
Ooh.
A week. Luckily, we recorded that right before Christmas week, the Christmas break, and we went on a vacation to New York. So I didn't have any jobs lined up after that because, oh my God, I was talking like this in New York. I was, trying to, my God, Harpymon. But at least I got the session done. I got Harpymon, good. Harpymon over. You, no voice. Okay. Um, Another time, oh God, what was the one? Oh, right. I played a character in Fallout 4, and she was very businesslike, and I had to make my voice really low to do her. She was very like that, and that was a 4-hour session. Usually they'll do an hour and give you like 5-10 minute break, then go back another hour, blah, blah, blah. And my voice was really, really tired after that. It just felt like whatever. You do your best in a session, and if there's a lot of yelling and screaming or whatever, like what's Ninjampe Picoa, this stuff that everyone takes when they've got it just coats your throat, and tea and all this stuff. But sometimes, no matter what you do, your voice is gonna pay for a while. Um, that one wasn't as bad, but my throat did feel like not great for the next couple of days, only because I had to push my voice so low and so like out there. Um, but the worst one of all, I was working on a game. I don't remember what it was called. It was back at Magnitude 8 with oh God, who was directing? I don't know. Anyway, I was supposed to do this a creature voice, and then they had a second character for me to do. So we started with the creature voice, and I lost my voice before I was even done with that character, I think, or we barely made it through to finish the first character. And it was painful. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. It was years ago. I would have done it completely differently now. I think you have to like support from your gut and protect your voice while trying to get that monstery sound. And yeah, that was bad. So barely finished the first character. Second one, no way. Okay, you're done. You're fine. People lose a voice, but still, I felt so bad. I felt terrible. God.
You know, that's actually why I feel so sorry for the people that film Dragon Ball Z. It's like, I bet their voices are killing themselves.
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Yes, I hear that and I'm like, ouch, ouchie. Okay. I mean, you got to know what you're doing if you're going to be doing that role all the time, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I I
I
would just
did.
re- I'm lazy.
Well,
I would just recycle scream footage.
yeah. I mean, if you can, go for it. Do it. I I did Small Gnar in League of Legends, and that was, I think, a 2-hour session of nothing but noises and growls and grunts and attacks and things like that. I was a little out of it after that, but by the time I was, cast in that role, I kind of knew how to do it without killing myself. So thank God.
Uh, did you meet Tom when you were voicing anime, or was it
Oh
beforehand?
no, No, before we met in college. We were both getting our degree in theater. And then we got married after that. And after that came anime. We had no idea that this was even going to be a thing because, in the early 90s is when we started doing voiceover. We were stage actors. We were doing on camera. We were doing a little commercial now and then because that was the scene. Anime wasn't even a thing. There was no anime on TV except Speed Racer or Kimba, the White Lion. There was nothing when we started in voiceover. So it's like we were together and then we both got into voiceover together accidentally because we were actors and they were looking for people to do the English voices, all these, what they called Japanese cartoons back then. So yeah, so we both got in that from the ground floor almost, which was great.
When you're at conventions, do you ever see anyone cosplaying as your characters?
Yep. I've seen a lot of Chihiros lately with the little red wig and the little green skirt. That's always fun. That's the one I see most lately. I've seen a couple of, can I say her name?
Sure, go for it.
I've seen a couple of Conans at different conventions, and at one, it was gorgeous. And I didn't even say who I was. I just said, Conan, can I get a selfie with you? And she's like, sure. Got a selfie with her. Thanks. No idea. She had no idea.
See, me, I've only cosplayed maybe twice.
Mhm.
When I was 16, a friend and I snuck off to go to a convention, and I can't remember where it was. It was in Tennessee, Nashville,
Mhm.
and I dressed as Vicious from Cowboy Bebop.
Nice.
I still got the
Nice.
picture somewhere.
That's so fun. I oh, cosplay. I would never cosplay as one of my characters. I wouldn't look good in the costume. So I'm not going to do it. But this gal, the most beautiful, I have to mention this because I just remembered it. The most beautiful cosplay I ever saw was this gal in Minneapolis. Anna Minneapolis, I can't remember. I think it was. She dressed as Renea from Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadow of Valentia. I think that's the one it was. And it was stunning, gorgeous. It was, I've seen a lot of really great cosplays. This thing was like astounding. I'm like, come here. I know you know who I am. I know who you are. I need a picture of you with me because this is unbelievable.
Wow. How's it feel when like a lot of people my age, I'm 30, go
Mhm.
up to you and are like, you were a big part of my childhood.
I know. No, I think that's incredible. It's wonderful, especially when me and Tom go to conventions together, because then we've got a lot of Digimon stuff to sign, and people always in that, and they always come up and they say, you were my childhood. I think that's just amazing to me. You were my childhood. What a beautiful thing. I hope we were a positive influence on people's lives. And I remember one guy, he came over to our table and he was just hanging out over on the side, and he had a boom box that was playing the Digimon theme song
Oh,
for
that's
like over and over. And I'm like, hey man, let's rock out. Yeah, let's sing it. Everybody.
awesome. I used to sing that a lot when I was in elementary school. Kids would just look at me like, because everyone at that age, when I was that age when it came out, was all into Pokemon. I was like, I'm a Digimon kid coming. I had action figures. I had dolls. I had a shirt. It was probably too tight for me. It was probably meant for someone younger because I was a big kid in the year 2000. I was maybe 8, and I wore a shirt and it was just so tight, and I'd wear it to school all the time. And I went to a Christian school, and they were like, "That stuff's the devil."
Oh, please. Come
Oh,
on.
oh,
No.
I could tell you stories.
Well, oh, and a lot of people would say also, because I know it was hugely popular. Pokemon was too. And I think people took sides, but you can love them both. That's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing
Um,
wrong with that.
I was in a couple of little Pokemon things recently, not back in the day. Um, but a lot of people would say Yeah. Oh my gosh, Digimon. I remember coming home from school every afternoon and it was Fox Kids and I watched Digimon and it was just so great. And I'm like, yay. I love that. It was so fun. And
Uh,
who did the I love the Digimon song too, because at one point they did like a Bowie impression in the middle of the song. What
oh,
change into digital
yeah,
champions.
yeah, I
And I'm
remember
like,
that.
oh my God, that's classic. Do the kids even
I think that was a straight reference to Dance Magic Dance, but I'm not sure.
know? Nice.
There's one song I remember particularly, and I don't know how it goes. It's when they were fighting Myotis Mon, and it starts playing like an upbeat tempo theme. I can't
Yeah.
remember how. Hey Digimon, I think is what it's called.
I don't know.
It's been years. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it since I was a little fella, so but I
Oh,
memorized parts.
there was another, we had to sing a little summer song to advertise the show. It was Beat the Heat with the Digi Beat. Beat the heat with the Digi Beat. Beat the heat.
I think that came on Fox Family back when it was called Fox Family.
Yeah.
And that was when they aired shows like Tokyo Pig and stuff like
I
that.
was the Tokyo Pig. I
You
was
were
the
in that?
mom. I was the mom of Tokyo Pig. Spencer, stop doing your homework. It's time to go out and play.
I I I actually watched that show a lot when I was a kid. I mean,
That was a crazy show.
mainly because my little ears would notice it's like the main kid from Tokyo Pig sounds like Ty from Digimon, so I gotta watch it. And
That's
lo and behold,
fantastic.
when I did his edits for him, I'm like, I knew it was Joshua Seth.
Yeah. Ah, that's fantastic. So, you know, I get to play his mother a lot.
Oh wow. Well, as long as Thanksgiving's good, you know.
Oh yeah. We'll order in for Thanksgiving. So
That's I just love the whole LA talent pool. You guys are fantastic, especially to your
ah,
fans.
thank you. Thanks. Oh my
I,
gosh. I was thrilled that they got Joshua Seth back for the Digimon Tri movies. There's nobody who could play Ty but him.
when I did an interview with him, he was telling me a story that they had already filmed somebody else playing Ty, and
Nah,
he called
ugh.
and said, "Hey, I want to come back to play Ty. You guys didn't even ask me."
Yeah, come on, man. No. I mean,
No,
I don't know who they got. I hadn't heard that at all. So I don't know who it was. They probably did a great job, but Joshua Seth, man, it's time, you know.
it wouldn't surprise me if they got Brian because they do sound very similar.
Uh, Perhaps. I don't know.
Which
I do know that when I saw the last Kazuna, was that the one? Um, the like ending part with Agumon and uh we were like almost crying, me and Tom. We watched it together and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like getting teary-eyed.
oh, don't feel bad. I cried in Trigun actually twice.
Oh,
Look,
I cried in Trigun once, in a scene that I had to cry. Um, wait, who was directing? Leah Sargent. Leah Sargent was the director, and she didn't want my fake crying. You know, the fake cry. You know, whatever. That's what you do. You fake cry. Um, unless they want you to cry for real, which I've learned that if they do, you have to do that at the end of the session because you'll be just drippy and snotty and you won't sound any good for quite a while. I did that. She wanted me to real cry in a scene. So I did, but it was in the middle of the day. So we had to take a break right after that because I was like drippy and snotty and it sounded like I was crying. So forget it, man. Gotta do it last.
oh yeah. Well, I've got to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been an honor.
You're welcome. It's been very fun.
And is there anything you would like to say before we close out?
Stay safe. Pandemic's not quite over yet. Keep wearing a mask. Get your
I'll do.
vaccine. Yeah. And after that, I'll be going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Right there. This is Dorothy Fahn. Be sure to like and subscribe to Mr. Tim's YouTube channel. Yeah.